Hey, y'all. Happy Thursday. I'm a little somber. Can you tell in my voice? Can you all tell in my voice? I'm trying to hold it together already, you guys. I really am. The Wizards game just ended. Wizards versus Bulls. And that is why I was late. You guys know, every Thursday, 7:30, I'm on. We ready to go. And I said, let's hold off. Let's hold off on getting kicked off and started. Let's see if the Wizards can get their first win of the season. And they didn't. But before we get going, before we get started, let's all just come together. Before my meltdown gets going. Hey everybody. Damon, I see you've already said Happy New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's Eve to you, Damon. Everyone say hello to my mom. My mom is on. Happy New Year's Eve, Lee. I see Cameron Mingo is on. Y'all, let's get going. Miss Deborah, one of my favorite DC sports fans, is on. Who, y'all? Who? So look, I had to start a little late, you guys. I had to start a little late because I had to see it for myself. I wanted to see if the Wizards could pull it off. Whoo! Y'all, one of my soror stations on, and she's asking already, what is going on with the Wizards? Is that the question of the day? Because I think I don't know either, y'all. What is the question of the day? I see Tyrone Lewis. Tyrone, huge Wizards fan, always checking in on the Wizards. I see my sister Joy, on here. Girl, the Wizards done lost again. My guy LB of Team Bullard has checked in. Huge Wizards fans. The Wizards fans knew. Before we get all into it, how is everybody doing? How is everybody doing? Aside from the Wizards, we're going to get into the Wizards. We're going to get into this. Because I said it too. I said, you know what? We're going to get right on into the Wizards because I got to back up. Because it's only fair to do what sometimes I get on the show and I say, I'm not talking about this and I'm not talking about that. I joke about it during the week. But to be fair, you have to cover everything going on in DC sports. So first, before we get it, are y'all okay? How's everybody doing this New Year's Eve? Are you doing all right? I'm doing swell. I really am. Really, really am. You all make sure you are sharing this show with your DC sports loving family and friends. And this is one of those moments, you all. Listen, the Wizards done made me forget my Happy New Year's hat. I have a Happy New Year's hat in the back that I was supposed to put on. And I'm not about to get up and go get it. The show has got to go on without the hat. All right, so it is what it is. I blame the Wizards for that too. So I see everybody's doing good. That's going great. I need everybody to check in with their like emojis, their love emojis, because we have to share. Because if we depending on these teams to help us feel better, we gonna be in bad shape. So we got to show each other some love because we absolutely can't rely on these teams. Let's get right into it, shall we? Last week, we talked about the Wizards and the Washington football team. That's what we're going to talk about this week. So if you have Wizards and Washington football team fans that want to join the conversation live and chat and rant, you might want to tag them in this conversation. You might want to share the show with them to get them on up in here so that we can all vent together. So last week, let's start off with the Wizards. Last week, we were coming off the season opener loss against the 76ers. And we said, well, it's just one game, right? They did a lot of good things. We were liking a bit of what we saw. I'm talking about last Wednesday night, right? Because we got to go through the whole week. So that's where we were last Thursday. Last Wednesday, we saw some things that we liked, some positive things. They still came up with the loss. We still saw that fourth quarter meltdown and those same issues where they were unable to close out a game. Okay. All week long. We done gone through the week. They've played the Orlando Magic twice. Chicago Bulls twice. They have lost every single game. And here's why I wanted to wait, everybody. I wanted to wait because I said, you know what? I don't want to start the show until we are sure that the Wizards are going to be 0-5. Let me hold off because y'all know I like to start the show on time now. I care about you all's time and I care about my own time. So I said, hey, we're going to start this show. We're going to wait because the Wizards going to make this happen. So we dealt with last week's loss against Philly. All right. We talked about that last week. Orlando, back-to-back. Now we have the Bulls. The Wizards have not won a game yet this season, y'all. And have you all subscribed to the Triple W podcast on YouTube? I've shared with you all that is an NBA podcast specifically on the Wizards that I am so proud to be a part of. I posted episode 2 on this page on Tuesday. Make sure you're following also the Triple W on Twitter, Instagram, and on YouTube. And one of the questions that we asked earlier this week, and this is before the Bulls game, right? This is before the Bulls game, was, should we be in panic mode? And I said, I'm panicked. I'm worried. I don't like what I'm looking at. I know what I'm looking at, and I don't like it. Something is not right. These rotations are off. Scott Brooks is coaching like he doesn't know his roster. He's coaching like he's not prepared for the opponent's roster. And it's just really strange. I made a comment and gave them a kudos last week on seeing a bit of defense. Not a whole lot of defense, but a bit of defense. And since then, we haven't seen any defense. None whatsoever. Okay? And I said before that Bulls game, I said, should we be panicked? I said, I am panicked. I'm nervous. Something is not right. Bulls game, Tuesday, and just now. They were on 3, now they're on 5. I'm going to ask y'all, now that the team has gone from 0-3 to 0-5, are you in panic mode? Now, hey, listen, I understand everybody say it's too early. It's too early to panic, and I understand that. I get it, 5 games into the season, everyone's trying to see their chemistry, build their chemistry. I understand all of that. But this doesn't look right. This looks bad. This is just straight up bad basketball that we are watching right now. The Bulls didn't even have some of their, they didn't even have their roster, some of their roster was not even out there. And we're seeing some of the Wizards players actually have good games. They're having decent games, but they're coming up with L's. The Wizards have the Timberwolves tomorrow, the Nets on Sunday. I can't even think past those 2 games. The Wizards could potentially lose the next 10 or 12 games easily. Like, what? That is crazy to me. That is really crazy. It's like they can't play the whole time. It's like they get really tired. And I'm trying to figure out, you all let me know what you're thinking. I already saw Andre. Andre is in panic mode since they were 0-2, and I'm with you. Wallace, you're bringing up a great point about panic mode because they're already 4 and 5 games behind the teams. They're battling for the 7th and 8th seed. I agree. Let me be very clear on something. No shade to Doc Rivers or anybody that's a Philadelphia 76er, but the Wizards on the roster, in my opinion, could have won that game and should have. No way they should have lost to Orlando, and absolutely not should they have lost these 2 games to the Chicago Bulls. What are we watching, y'all? What is going on? Something is off here. It's a lack of preparation and coaching. It has been 5 years of Scott Brooks. Something's got to give because this right here is unacceptable. Now, let me be clear. Am I saying that the Wizards should be undefeated right now? No, that is not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is they should be playing like they can beat the teams that they should be beating. I'm like, what is happening here? This is the same old Wizards. I mean, my gosh. And the thing of it is, it doesn't even look competitive. You see good moments. You see some spurts. You see some things that it's like, okay, that was a nice play. Okay, that was a good series. But the thing of it is, they don't keep that going. They don't stay consistent in that. And that is what is mind-boggling to me. I wanted to say that's what's irritating to me, but I want to try to understand exactly what's happening here. And I keep pointing my finger at Scott Brooks. Scott, what are you doing? Because things that are working, he'll stop. He'll stop the rotation when that rotation is working. I can't get into that. The not playing defense is going. They can forget about it. Everybody knows that this league is a shooting league. It's an offensive heavy league. Everybody can shoot. Everybody on any night can score 120. That's anybody. That's any of these teams. Obviously, look at what we've been watching. But if you can't stop anybody, what are we doing? What are we doing? I'm in panic mode. And maybe it's just a few of us that are in panic mode. But I'm absolutely here. And I'm telling you, the common denominator for me is Scott Brooks. I'm going to say it all the time. Scott Brooks is a very nice man. And he is preaching and teaching patience and all of those things early season. But who likes to lose? Nobody likes to lose. Nobody. I want to bring up Westbrook. I absolutely want to bring up Russell Westbrook. I know you all have probably seen this circulate on social media. I don't even know which game it was. I think it was, I don't know, because he didn't play Sunday. So it must have been Tuesday that, he was just, you could see the anguish. He was still out there on the court after the game, just like he just couldn't believe it. Like he was he was stuck. And he doesn't like to lose. He expressed that in the press conference. He hates losing. And I do too. I mean, I get him. But even, I'm loving the triple doubles. And the way that I feel about the triple doubles, because hey, listen, my concern is simply this. You got Westbrook with triple doubles, and I'm looking at the TV because they're showing, the post game is on. But we're talking about triple doubles. We're talking about Bradley Beal playing his behind off. We're talking about Rui, who had a very good night tonight. Even Thomas Bryant had the nerve to have, sometimes I'm touch and go with TB at times. But the thing about it is, despite the efforts of some of these players, they're still coming up with L's. And that that is unreal to me. I see a comment here by James about Davis Bertans. Davis Bertans was very open and transparent and said from a conditioning perspective, he's only at about 60 or 70%. That's what he said on Tuesday in the press conference. And I'm here to tell y'all, I don't know. I'm trying to turn my computer on real quick. I don't know. He looks like he's at about 60%, if you ask me. And I don't know when that is going to improve. I guess he has to be out there for a bit more time. And I'm trying to be as patient as possible. But I have a hard time hearing don't panic and be patient when you look bad. It's real simple for me, you guys. It's very simple for me, and I get it. And that's all I got to say is when you look terrible, it's hard for me to buy into the patience. It's hard for me to buy into the patience when you see teams across the NBA who are playing like the championship is next week. Like a spot for the 8th seed is right now. And it's very, very difficult and hard to watch. I don't know. I mean, we just finished watching the game. So this is initial immediate reaction from your girl CWall. And I'm just like, I don't know. Yes, I'm panicked. I'm going to keep panicking because this doesn't look right. And what is happening, I know yesterday they said they watched film all day. Okay. It's not looking like you just played these people on Tuesday. And they're not even playing 4 of the players that played on Tuesday and you still lost. Something's not right. I don't know. This is not good. And that's all I'm saying. I don't think I have anything else to add other than this is bad. No defense. There's no continuity on either sides of the floor. The rotations have been terrible. And then even when the rotation, like I said before, even when it's working, Scott mixes it up where he moves it. I'm like, well, what are we doing? And I'm like, you spent all this time yesterday watching the film. What do you do? Okay, did you watch it? Because based on what we saw today, I don't think you watched that film from Tuesday. Now, you played the same people. I don't know. Let me try to hold it together. It's New Year's Eve. That's all I can say. Now, I did see a comment that's come through. I think that was from Cameron Mingo about Rui Hachimura. Yes, Rui had an amazing day. He's a positive. And here's the thing. There are positives. Why aren't these positives equaling a W? You can't make me believe that losing to the Orlando Magic and the Chicago Bulls equals don't panic. Oh, nobody. I'm panicked. Nope. And it's sometimes, and I can appreciate Russell Westbrook saying this in his presser. I can appreciate Bradley Beal saying this in his as well about the turnovers. And they have to stop doing and having all of these turnovers. Well, yeah, you do. But at the same token, you still did it tonight. Very sloppy handling the basketball. I'm like, what are you doing? Look, I can handle. I got better handles than that. And you're the stars. Do better. You know, do better. And that's challenging because as far as I'm concerned, there's enough veteran experience there on this team that some of these mistakes that we are seeing should not be happening. I don't know what practice is like. I don't know because we're unable to be there. Now, here's the thing. If y'all girl was out there at practice like I was last year and the year before, we're dealing with a different ball game. I'm just going to come out and be like, y'all, listen. This is what y'all going to see. Y'all going to see a bunch of turnovers. Y'all going to see no defense. Because that's what they do in practice. This is bad. I would feel better if we could see that, but due to the COVID protocols, we're not able to see those things and we're not able to be there in person just yet. So, but based on the floor product, we know what we see. We know, we believe exactly what you seeing right here. We already know how you practicing. We already know how much film you watched. Zero. I mean, you watched it, but did you retain it? And did you take what you watched and apply it so that you could execute it today? No. I mean, we're going to hold out the hope because guess what? I cover the Wizards, so we're going to talk about the Wizards every single week, even when I don't want to. Okay? So, but listen, I did not, and let me also say this. I'm always very positive. Y'all know me. I stay positive. I always want to keep the good vibes going. But let's be clear about something right now. They don't look good. And I wasn't anticipating this. If we're also going to be really honest again, let me also say I absolutely was not anticipating this. There were some things I was anticipating, but this wasn't it. I just knew for sure, okay, 76ers, that's neither here nor there. You could have gotten at least 2 wins out of this. You could have beat Orlando once and the Bulls once, and I still would have had concerns, but it wouldn't be like how it feels when you're 0-5. And you're essentially playing with house money at the beginning of the season because you played the Sixers, the Orlando Magic, and the Chicago Bulls. So what are we talking about here? If you're having struggles and challenges maintaining leads against these teams, well then what in the world are they going to do tomorrow against the Timberwolves? And oh dear God, what are they going to do against the Brooklyn Nets on Sunday? I can't even think past those 2 games. I can't think past those 2 games. Okay? So what's happening here? I don't know. And I know there's always a lot of conversation around Scott Brooks, his future, his relationship with Russell Westbrook. But my question is, and will continue to be, does that matter? If the losing continues, does that matter? The change in the shift, I will even go back to the John Russ trade, was supposedly so that the Wizards could compete in the East. They don't look very competitive right now. This was not supposed to be about a rebuilding year, anything of that sort. It was supposed to be so that they could compete in the East. They do not look like they're competing with me and 4 other people on this chat right here if I pick them and say, let's go play. So, got to figure that out. It's tough to watch and see how this is going. I'm anxious to see if this continues, what's going to happen with Scott Brooks. Seriously. Because if this is supposed to be a competitive team, that's not what we're seeing. I can compete and lose, okay. But this right here, no, that's just bad basketball. Really bad. Really bad. All right, y'all. We're going into the new year with a winless Wizards team. Who would have thunk it? Not me. So, let's just say best of luck, and hopefully it gets better. One can only hope, right? All right, we're switching over to Washington football. Washington football. Where are my Washington football fans? Check in. Washington football fans, where are you? Check in. Are you here? Let me just say this. Last week, we were talking about the Wizards doing better, right? Last week, we were talking about the Wizards, not the Wizards. We were talking about the Wizards doing better, the Washington football team winning the NFC East. That's what we were talking about. And we were talking about Dwayne Haskins having the game of his life. After everything, he's going to go out there and he's going to say, you guys, I got it. The team was going to just say, we got this. NFC East championship, here we go. Or not championship, but NFC East, you get what I'm saying. It was all theirs for the taking. All of those things that we had anticipated happening in this last week, guess what happened, y'all? Guess how much of that happened? None of it. None of it. Dang. The Wizards haven't won a game. The Washington football team is in a must-win situation. And Dwayne Haskins not even on the team no more. It was a lot that went down, huh? What y'all want to talk about first on Washington football team? The Washington football team, because I'm like, I don't even know what to say. They lost. And I feel some type of way because I was actually expecting them to win on Sunday. News to me when I was like, oh wow, they're gonna lose this game. Oh goodness. That was tough. That was really, really tough to watch. Especially because it was right there. The division, right there for the taking. It was right there. Right there, right there. And now the Washington football team must win. Sunday night, the NFL said, ooh, this is a good storyline. We switching this one to Sunday night. Philly. And here's what's Bob. Can I be honest with my fellow Washington football team fans? Can I step out of media character for a minute and just be honest with y'all? I'm going to tell y'all what's bothering me the best. And sometimes I switch between media and fan. But either way, even still, let me just be honest with y'all. Y'all know what's bothering me the most about this? What's bothering me the most is if Washington loses, if Dallas beats the Giants, they'll be the division champions. Oh my gosh. Do you mean to tell me after the way we beat Dallas down, they could still win the division? Oh, that is what is really bothering me, y'all. I'm just here to tell you that's depressing. I'm very upset about that. But the team has moved on from Dwayne Haskins. I think it was absolutely the best decision for everybody. And it's time to move on. It was time to move on. All I can say in terms of Sunday, covering the team and watching how long Ron Rivera kept Dwayne Haskins in the game, I said to myself, Ron is trying to give Dwayne a chance to win this football game. He's really trying. He's really, really trying. But didn't pull him until the fourth quarter. You all know the rest. Here at the end of the day, the defense only gave up 13 points. I mean, Steven Sims Jr., he muffed that punt. And let me tell y'all something. Ooh, I was so upset. Something just went all through me. Because every time he's back there to catch the football to get the punt, it's like I hold my breath. And that happened, and I said of all days that this right here goes down, it's today of all days. At the end of the day, the defense only gave up 13, which I'm not upset about. That's around what they do, right? The defense did their job there. Of course, there was some unnecessary penalties there. But it wasn't good. The whole first half was really bad. And I felt like the only person that knew that they were playing for the division was Chase Young. Chase Young brought his best self on Sunday. Doesn't he always? What a leader. What a leader. And to hear and know that Chase Young was named a captain by his teammates. Alex Smith was also named a captain. I was so proud. I was so like, this kid just gets it. And I was excited for him, happy for him, but it just seemed like that energy didn't transcend across the board until you started seeing folks get hype when Heineke got in the game. But to go back to Ron Rivera, just a quick minute, and I know I talked about this a bit last week, so I want to address it again, is that if anybody had any question about how Ron Rivera felt about Dwayne Haskins and his talent, you should have got your answer on Sunday, because he truly was giving him an opportunity to win the game, to come back, to show improve. And he truly believed that he could. That's why he waited so long to pull him. That's why. He honestly thought Dwayne gonna recover. He's going to show improve. I've talked to this kid. We know he's going to do this, and he didn't. I think Ron Rivera was the most shocked person out of everybody that they didn't win that football game. I honestly think that. I think he was probably like, I don't know what just happened. I thought they were going to win. Now, well, they didn't. And Dwayne is wish him nothing but the best. Wish him nothing but the best. And let me tell you something. I've had a couple people say things to me like, oh, you take it personal, or you got something going on with Dwayne Haskins. Let me tell y'all something. Real, can I be, again, real honest as we close out 2020? This is business. But at the root of this business is the passion I have for this city and these teams. I care a lot. So if somebody is doing something that they are not supposed to be doing, I'm going to speak on it. Because why? Because I care. I would rather tell you the truth than sit up here and lie to you for any reason. Any reason. And there's been nothing that I've said thus far about Dwayne Haskins that was false. Nothing. And that's been from my time right there in person in Ashburn pre-COVID, okay? I never came out here and said anything false about that kid. And in terms of personal, let me tell you something. This is business. You can't take business personal. If I took everything personal, guess where I'd be? Hiding under a rock somewhere. And I wouldn't be talking to y'all. So always remember that about CWall Sports and Entertainment. Your girl has your back. Because I'm going to have my own back. Because I'm a fan of this city. So I don't play all that other stuff that people like to say and talk about. Oh no, baby, this is business right here. What you're watching, what you're seeing, this is business. And I'm going to always stick to the integrity of CWall Sports and Entertainment first. If I say somebody's not right for this team, you can bet your bottom dollar they're not right for this team. Okay? Do y'all feel me? Do y'all understand that? Is everybody okay with that? Because listen, everybody wants nothing but the best for this team, for all of the teams. And everybody knows that. But if something ain't right, your girl is going to tell you the truth. Now, is there some things that I don't touch on because I'm like, hey, listen, I don't even want to deal with that? Yes, absolutely. And I have that discussion with my team members, and we have that discussion, and we table it or we leave it alone. But if it's one thing for certain, I don't do underperformers. That's another thing that people should understand. So if somebody is on these teams and they loafing, they lazy, oh yeah, that's business, baby. I'ma tell you, they loafing. They not doing what they supposed to do. This fan base is deprived of what they deserve And that is people that care and want to win in this city, in the burgundy and gold. Okay? We don't have time. We play time enough. We've did that for a very long time. No. Wish Dwayne Haskins nothing but the best. Seriously. The kid has great talent. Excellent talent. Raw talent, great talent. But if he sticks to when he makes the decision to work hard and do what he's supposed to do, he will thrive. But he has to bring his best self to the table. People can give you their best self. You got to bring yours. And the day that he decides, when he makes the decision to bring his best self, things will change around for him. So, I just wanted to say that. Because all that time, I always feel like things need to be said. Because people need to understand, like, listen, no, I'm not on TV. At one point, I will be. Trust. We're on here. We're going to do the internet thing. But it's still business at the end of the day. And that's what we talk about. The business of sports and how these teams are doing. So I wanted to share that with y'all as we bid Dwayne Haskins adieu. Because, yes, I did go off last week on my show about Dwayne. And now he's not a member of the Washington football team. So there's that. Team got to win on Sunday. And let's be honest about something about this game on Sunday. Do you all truly believe, if we're thinking about this completely objective, do you all think that the Washington football team will be the NFC East champions? What do you all think? What do you all think? I know what I think. I think that despite prime time not being the best time for this team, I think that this team will have reflected on that loss Sunday. The opportunity they had to close this out at home. And that they missed that opportunity. I believe that they'll understand all of that and they will not miss that opportunity Sunday night. This team has a lot to play for. They have a lot to play for. I mean, I think back, it's so interesting. I think back to after the first 4 games, was it? And, Ron Rivera made the quarterback change and he said, hey, I'm looking across the division and the division is wide open. We can still take it. And I know myself, I was like, you can forget about that, coach. No, you can't. But Ron Rivera has so much faith in his roster. And he truly believed because the division was wide open, they got a chance. And lo and behold, y'all, they do. They have a real chance. Real chance. And Sherrod, the originator, Oliphant, everybody say what's up to him because, Sherrod writes all the articles for the business. And Sherrod has been saying all season long, and he's sticking to what he says. And I'm going to repeat out loud what he said. He said, Washington football is going to win the division. That's what he said. And I looked at him like he was crazy. I said, oh, okay. All right. But that's what he said. That's what he said. And then we made a joke. And I said, that would be kind of like a Cinderella story, kind of, sort of. Right? Everything going on. Coach battling cancer. Alex comeback player of the year. It would be so much that it would almost make too much like sense. It would almost be, like I said, the Cinderella story. Unreal. Because they have an opportunity, and a great one. And an opportunity to be respected. Technically the Thanksgiving game was not prime time because that game started at 4:30. Then I guess technically the Pittsburgh game wasn't prime time. That started at 5. But either way, those were high profile games. And this is one now too. They understand. They know. They know what they're playing for, because essentially the Eagles are just playing to not to not have, the team they're playing make the playoffs. They already know they're not going to make it. No harm, no foul on them, right? Washington playing for something. Absolutely playing for something. Let's also talk about Alex Smith. Let me say this really quick. And while we're talking about Alex Smith, we can get into bold predictions. Hey, listen. Even when I'm watching Alex, I'd be like, what is Alex doing? What is happening here? And I remember back in 2018, before he got hurt, it was like those games back then, they were so ugly. Like, it just looked bad. But the team kept winning, because the defense was pretty good then, too. They were pretty solid. And I was like, here we are again. Alex looks real ugly, but something in a pretty good defense. But somehow, when he's under center, this team comes up with a W. The fact that this team named Alex Smith a captain, just like you don't lose sight of the team naming Chase Young a captain, and the level of leadership he has displayed, let's be clear on what that also means for Alex Smith. Alex Smith not even supposed to be walking. He's not even supposed to be walking right now, right? He is. He's doing way more than walking, right? And when the season started, he was third on the depth chart, third. So, of course, due to injuries, that's how he got where he is, because of injuries. But there's something that needs to be said about the intangibles that Alex Smith brings to this locker room. As ugly as it is, he ignites a very high level of morale in these guys that we have not seen anybody else do in a very long time. And they want him to play. That's the wild thing. We'll sit up here and be like, Alex, no. But the team, they want him out there. They want to hear his voice. They want him. They want his presence. And I love that. I love that. Because, no, it's not pretty. But somehow at the end of the game, there gets the W. And I just say, you know what? I think the excitement around Chase Young getting named the captain, you see the level of leadership he displays. Now couple that. Now you got both Alex and Chase coming into this game, because, hey, listen, Ron Rivera done said it. If Alex can play, if Alex says he can play, he's playing. Oh, yeah? Yeah. Because they know what he brings. It's a different type of energy. It's a different type of competitiveness. And it shows. It shows. So, hey, listen. I hear people, hey, look, like I said, sometimes them wins be ugly than a mug. They ugly. The offense don't look good at all. But somehow they done came up with the W. And if you really want to be honest, I'm going to go back to that Detroit game, because I'm still mad about that Detroit Lions game. Alex Smith put the team in position to win. And they didn't in the end. But he absolutely put them in a position to win. I'm just saying, if the team is behind them, if the team if that's who gets y'all going, who am I to say take them out? Seriously. Who am I to say take them out? It's what works for them. And when you're looking at the win-loss column, check the win-loss column with Alex. That's all you got to do. Check the win-loss column with him. I know his stats are terrible. And on the eye, it looks very bad. But check that win-loss column, and then we'll understand. We'll understand. So Sunday night football, y'all. If Alex say he can go, he's going to go. If Alex said he could have gone last week, he would have, but he couldn't. So, and he was honest about that, and I appreciate that, but hey, it's going to be interesting. I'm okay with Heineke. I'm all right. I'm okay. I'm okay with just an efficient offense. Just football one-on-one is going to get them there. I saw a comment from my guy Wayne Bacon about Jalen Hurts as a quarterback. I'm very impressed with Jalen. I think he's done a great job since he has been under center for the Philadelphia Eagles, and I'm very happy for him. But I absolutely think that this team is going to understand now. Now it's going to sink in. Y'all was playing for the division on Sunday. I don't know where y'all thought y'all was, but it was for the division, and you missed that opportunity. And look at you now. You still got an opportunity. I think they're going to take it. We'll deal with deep playoff runs next week if they win the division on Sunday. We'll get there then. But let's see if we can get to Sunday. What are your bold predictions? Who is going to have a big game on Sunday? What are you all looking forward to seeing? What are you all looking forward to seeing? That Sunday night football energy. Whoo, I'm nervous. Prime time. That's going to be something, you guys. That is going to be something before we close out on this wonderful New Year's Eve. What are your bold predictions? Come on. Let's hit it. Let's go. And let's everybody wish Cameron Mingo a happy birthday. Cameron Mingo has mentioned his birthday. He's got a birthday coming up. So everybody do an emoji for Cameron Mingo. Respond to his comment because he has a birthday coming up on Monday. Wallace said Antonio Gibson 100 yards and 2 touchdowns with a heavier workload. I like it. He's done a tremendous job. I love Antonio Gibson. He's doing his thing. Any more bold predictions? Or are we bold prediction out? Is everybody saying, listen, at this point, we just want them to win? 2 defensive touchdowns in the NFC title. I know that's right, Damon. And I see Jacqueline Pierce Allen. Yes, nervous. Philly, they might be out to get us. They might be out to get whoever they can. Lee Evans, Washington will have 2 picks and 4 sacks in a victory. Washington 24-17. I like that one. A whole lot. All right. I see Lash, your bold prediction. We got to get these bold predictions out there. The Wizards made me forget my Happy New Year hat and everything. Now I have to go back there and find it and take a picture in it. Just because. Just because. Terry McLaurin, let's see if he is playing. I would like for him to, but we don't know yet. Definitely should find out more tomorrow for certain. He's been working with the trainers this week, so we'll see. For sure. Listen, if that's all the bold predictions, I guess the whole thing to say is just win, baby. Just win, 23-20 as Hopkins makes the game-winning field goal. Now that, Lash, is a bold prediction. Dustin Hopkins making the game-winning field goal. That's a bold prediction. That's a bold prediction right there. I like it. That's like a dream come true if that happens. All right, you guys, we made it. Made it. Another week, another Thursday. Listen, God bless all of you all. This year has been nuts. It has been crazy for everybody. Some absolutely more than others, but y'all, look, we made it. We're on here. We made it. We made it. We made it. We made it. So here's hoping for a better 2021 for each and every one of us. Continued health, wellness, prosperity, and love. Hopefully next week, I'm going to say this like I said last week. Hopefully next week we will be celebrating the NFC East champs. Okay, let's hope. So you all be blessed, and I will see you guys in the new year.